If your life were a newspaper article, what would the headline be? I remember being asked this question randomly by a friend. She was asking what I wanted my life to stand for, but little did we know that in a sequence of events afterwards, I was actually going to be headlined by national news, not once, but twice. We were raised by a single mom, and so I saw myself all of a sudden as growing up. I wanted to really help release the burden on my mom. So just be the good kid, like learn, help your siblings get into school in the morning, get them back. So in 2015, when I finished my undergrad, I got the chance to represent Ghana at a global competition. And really speaking with some of the students, like people were also talking about graduate studies and all that. So I started looking into it. I couldn't access any form of student loans from the global institutions I tried. I started a GoFundMe, and I think Ghana Web picked the news, and then later it just became a ripple effect. And it's interesting how news travels, because my mom doesn't do anything on the media, but yeah, she called and she's like, yes, say, Jijiska or internet, so which literally means like, I've heard you are like asking people for money on the internet. I kind of halted that part of it and just decided I was going to research into finding funding. I wrote to any NGO within BC, Vancouver, Canada. You could say I spent 1 year researching about the MasterCard Foundation scholarship, speaking with anyone I could speak to. And then, I think I was coming home one day and then I saw a message from someone from Sauda saying, yeah, you got into the MasterCard Foundation scholarship. And I think my first reaction was, thank you. It's like, no, are you not excited? Like, he was like excited, moving, and I was just seated. But I think a part of it was because I couldn't believe it. I had been waiting for this so much, and then here it was coming into the MBA. One of the requirements was to do an internship over the summer. So I started applying, and then somehow a friend told me, why don't you look at some of these big corporations? And he didn't mean big tech, because at that time I was looking at consulting. So I wanted to build my own track and see where that takes me. So I kind of started applying to Amazon, Google, Microsoft. I applied to Microsoft 16 times and got rejected all the 16 times. I had applied for a role in Vancouver, and that was what I didn't get. So I was there one afternoon, and then someone reached out from Microsoft, and they had found another role, so they wanted to see if I was interested. I said yes. Within 5 months, I had probably spoken with about 40 people, and one of them was, a chief of staff. And they're like, wait, what you are doing is really a chief of staff role. You've been able to bring people together, create culture, do this. So would you want to be in a chief of staff role? I'm like, I don't know what it is about, but yes, I say yes to anything. And now I want to build a Microsoft in Ghana and in Africa. And I think that's where the startup I'm working on, Zero Analytics, is kind of focused. I shared about how I couldn't get a loan simply because I didn't have a credit score. There was no data on me to build a credit score. So I remember going back and having conversations with different banks in Ghana, and I'm like, if I'm able to provide you data on this, would you be able to provide credit score, provide credits to small scale businesses, individuals? And they're like, yeah, we don't. So I started a research on that. My mentoring is really understanding what their passion, what their vision is, what they want to accomplish, and enabling them to get there. So I don't just tell you all the nice things, oh, you can do it. We try to see how best we can support you to get to where you want to get to. You know, let's discuss whatever it is. And so the conversation will range from what courses they want to do in school to what jobs they want to do, or they want to learn a particular skill, how to support them. So just making sure that I help to remove the limitations so that they can achieve what they want to achieve. Just also using my personal life stories really helps to get the message home, and just also sharing my background to let them know that I can empathize with where they are coming from.